Hey guys, so I want to do a top 10 or 11 movies that I actually love, that other people seem to hate. And I'm like, why? It's so good. And I'm looking forward to doing this video with y'all because I want to know what are y'all top movies that y'all love, which I might be keeping to yourselves, that you're like, oh, nobody else likes it. But I'm proud of my movies. I'm proud of the ones that I like, and I went through a whole video on some of these movies that are so-called bad that I think are awesome. Number one on my list, and I'm not doing no special order, like what's the greatest, what's the worst. No, I'm doing what I just like personally in whichever order. Okay. Number one on my list is Pootie. I love Pootie. I still say Sada Tao My Damie. I love it. That movie was a classic. It should have went down in history as a cult classic, hilarious movie. It's got I don't want to say any spoilers because I hope you'll go out and watch these. They're like, you can find them anywhere. Like, you can find, they're old movies, so you can pretty much find them anywhere. But I loved it. Pootie has Chris Rock in it, and a main character who doesn't speak English, but he doesn't speak any language at all. And the only thing he does is walk around with this belt, and he's like a superhero. And he walks around this belt, and his dad used to beat him and beat him till he was a good guy. And so when his dad died, Pootie took over and inherited his dad's magical belt. But the only problem with Pootie is the ladies. The ladies love Pootie. And so though he can't speak English, he speaks his own made-up gibberish language. He goes around and messes with anybody. And even as a little boy, it was a grown woman throwing his teddy bears out the window crying, saying, "You're not right, Pootie." So he takes his belt and he fights crime, whipping people's A. Basically, if anybody does anything bad, he whips off his belt in a few seconds and beats their behind, and it is hilarious. I don't know why that movie was so funny. I think it needs a second chance. I think people are crazy not loving it. It was hilarious, and that's why I put it on my list. Number one was I want to talk about it first before I lose my energy and talking. And check it out. If you see Pootie by Chris Rock, go watch it. You will find it funny. You might try to fit in and be like, no, but you're going to laugh. It's funny. Number two on my list is Shallow Hal. And I'm actually looking at the list. I wrote down a little list on my computer, so I'm making sure I'm actually keeping the list order that I wanted it in. Shallow Hal with Jack Black. Oh my goodness, I feel like Shallow Hal was a masterpiece. Not only did it have a good moral of the story, but it was actually you had to think. It's about a guy, which is played by Jack Black, who can see only, he's shallow. A girl has to be perfect for them to talk to. They can't have no bad teeth, no bad toes. They gotta be perfect, and he's not, but he's shallow. So he gets a magic spell put on him that makes him only see the inside, and he starts dating anyone that their inside is so beautiful. Their outside be jacked, but he can only see the inside. He falls in love with this girl, and it's so sweet. And in the end, the spell is taken off of him. He's like, "You're beautiful," and she still looks the way she looks. I mean, she's overweight, and she looks good, but she's really big. And so he's like, "You're beautiful." And before he went through his whole journey, he would have been like, "Oh, no." But afterward, it's funny, it's sweet, it touches your heart. I love it. And Shallow Hal is one of my favorite movies. Nobody talks about it. It is an awesome movie. It's the first time I actually ever watched Jack Black. At least I actually knew about him and watched them. So I love it. It's perfect. I love the movie. Another one who I absolutely adore is actually, I'm going to skip that one for now. I'm going to go back to it. But Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. I love that movie. And I was surprised at how many people didn't like Charlie Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp in it. It is so much fun, and Johnny looks good. And I'm maybe I'm just a Johnny Depp fan, but I love the movie. He got his it's so different than the first one, and it's just it's not much more to say. It is the Willy Wonka. If you watch Willy Wonka, it's the same movie, but it's different, more close to the actual book. I love it. Check it out, and if you're a Johnny Depp fan, you will like it. He looks really cute. He's really funny, and I love the movie. Another one that people don't talk about that I think is so much fun is the Scary Movie franchise 1 and 2 only, because the one with the Wayne brothers are like the only good ones. Like the other ones are like, oh, they're so bad. But Scary Movies 1 and 2 with the Wayne brothers, they are classics. They are hilarious. They are so funny. They're silly, they're funny, they're crazy, they're just everything. I think if you haven't watched them yet, you will, it's a comedy treat. You will love the Scary Movie franchise, but stop after 2. Just like don't go any further because it goes so bad. I cannot do. I mean, watch it, but like just know that the quality's going like this. I'm still been waiting for the Wayne brothers to get back in there and make another Scary Movie. When they do it, it'll be good again. But until then, ooh. So. All right, so another one that I loved, and I'm checking my list. I'm checking it twice. I'm making sure that they're all naughty and not nice. Okay, I should cut that out. I loved Norbit. Norbit was such a good movie. This is with Eddie Murphy. He plays both characters. Oh my goodness, it's so freaking funny. He plays Rasputia. Rasputia is this mean bully wife, and she marries Norbit's a little nerd. He's a nerdy boy who was an orphan, and he loves a different girl, and they're like friends as little kids, but Rasputia takes over. And because he don't have no family, she not only gives him her like her son, she said, "You're my boyfriend now." She marries him and gives him a family. But it's kind of like, if you like Harry Potter, it's kind of like a reverse Harry Potter, because they treat him like the Dursleys. They treat him like crap. They treat Norbit so bad, and Rasputia is his girlfriend, and she cheats on him all the time, and she's huge, and she's so mean, and she cheats on him all the time, and she beats him up and bullies him, and I love the, like, she does the how you do it, like all the, it's so funny. I could do it better, but I'm shy. It's so funny. And she does, like, and in the end, I don't want to say too much, but in the end, he gets the love of his life, and he leaves that brute meanie alone, and it's hilarious. It's a good, and Eddie Murphy is so awesome. He plays like every single character. Like he plays the female, the nerdy guy, the like this other like old dude. He plays all the characters. It is so much fun. I think you'll really enjoy it. Another thing that I loved was the hot chick. The hot chick. See, people be playing on the hot chick. It is a funny movie. It's about a guy who it's got my boy. Now I love Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider is my dude. I have loved all of Rob Schneider's. I love mostly all of Rob Schneider movies. He is so freaking funny. I think he's adorable. And he, in this movie, he gets switched out. He's like it's not even about his main character. It's about a girl, and this girl is so shallow and like mean. And then a spell, I think her earring falls off or something like that, and the other this like loser evil, not evil, but this loser like bad guy or whatever gets switched out. They switch bodies, and all of a sudden she's in a boy body, which is Rob Schneider's body, and he's in a girl's body. He's like, well, I'm in a girl's body. You don't even get to see much of his journey, but you see mostly of her journey of being this guy, and she goes from being a really shallow, vain girl to like for being nicer and helping out her girlfriend, and one of her girlfriends falls in love with her because she's a guy now, and it's a fun adventure. I love it. I would say definitely check it out. It's hilarious. So yeah, and I haven't lost track of my list. Yo, what am I even on? Okay. Oh, Star Wars. Star Wars 1, 2, and 3 was good for me. I'm just gonna say it. It was better than the classics for me. I said it. I know a lot of Star Wars people who love Star Wars be like, oh, like 1, 2, and 3 sucked. No, it didn't. It was amazing. They updated the graphics. They updated the story. The old story's a little boring. I watched them all. I've watched all the Star Wars. But 1, 2, and 3 made me fall in love with Queen Amidala. It had some really great characters. Back in this time, it was the first we went to like I think what's it called, Naboo, or the CGI of the planets was so good. I wanted to live on one of them, the one with the like waterfall. It was excellent. I loved that movie. 1, 2, and 3 was awesome. You see the rise and fall of Anakin. You see the origin story of Darth Vader. You get to meet Darth Maul. It was awesome. And everybody who says that it was crap, I'm like I was there. I was a older teenager, or when it came out, or kind of young teenager. Everyone loved it. Everyone loved Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. And then all of a sudden, time went on and everybody hating on it. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it yet, you've been watching the newer Star Wars, check it out and get your own opinion. It's good. I love it and I recommend it. And I think I'm on. Oh yeah. Shrek Forever After. I loved Shrek. Shrek Forever After is the one with Rumpelstiltskin, and people hate on this movie. That's actually one of my favorite Shreks. I've seen 1 and 2, and like 3 was bad, but I've seen 1 and 2 so many times. But Shrek Forever After was so funny. I loved Rumple in that, and it was a fun story. I loved it. Check it out. If you're a fan of Shrek, it's not a bad movie. If you haven't seen it yet, that's a good one. You can start with if you like. It's like Shrek is just fun. Watch it and go back and watch the other ones. It's a good movie. Another one that I loved, and that's Rob Schneider again, is Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo. Oh my goodness, the Deuce Bigalow movies were brilliant. I loved 1 and 2. They were so funny. Deuce Bigalow European Gigolo is my favorite one. It is about Rob Schneider trying to make money being a gigolo, which is a male escort for women. Now, he's supposed to do the whole routine with the woman, but he somehow always squiggles out of it. Like when she wants to be with him, he'll like do things that women supposed to like. I do air quotes. Okay, like it's like instead of sleeping with her, he will like, oh, women like massages. All right, he'll be like, oh, women like to have themselves cuddled, or women like to be taken to a restaurant, or so it keeps him from being a whore, but like he'll take him out and do other stuff instead of doing the deed. And that's how come he's like the best male gigolo, and it's hilarious. Like if you haven't seen it yet, Deuce Bigalow male gigolo, especially European gigolo, is funny. Check it out. You will enjoy it. It's good. Another one, I'm going to probably make a list of maybe 11 instead of 10. I was going to do 10, but it's 2 of them that I want to do. I loved Little Nicky. Little Nicky is an Adam Sandler movie. Adam Sandler, I would have put everybody hates on Adam Sandler and his funny movies. I would have literally put every last one of Adam Sandler's movies on this list, but it would took up too much of my list. They are so freaking good. They are so freaking funny. They're well thought out. They're wholesome. They're sweet. They're good. I love Adam Sandler. I love his movies. And Little Nicky is one that just gets so much flack. It's about I haven't seen it in years, but I believe it's about is he like the devil's son? I can't remember it too because I have to rewatch it, but I remember laughing so hard when it came out, especially when the dog fell asleep and it was talking. It was talking so spooky in its sleep. And Little Nicky, like his face was always, I don't know how Adam Sandler twisted his face up that long in a movie, but it just stayed slanted like the entire movie. Little Nicky is a classic. It's hilarious. It is kind of like a little like spooky sci-fi mixed with a lot of comedy. Check it out. I think you'll really, really enjoy Little Nicky. It's funny. And check out all of Adam Sandler's movies because they're all good. People hate on him. He's got some good movies out there. And last but not least, on my movies that people seem to hate that I freaking love. And I don't know if everybody's like, here's the thing. Nobody talks about it, so I'm going to put on my list. Nacho Libre. Nacho Libre. I have watched Nacho Libre, oh my gosh, so many times it's not even right. Nacho Libre is another Jack Black movie. He plays a Spanish like monk or nun or something like that. Not nun. Sorry, a Spanish, he's like a monk. And it's been a little while since I watched it, but overall it's just like it's like a movie about nothing, but like he's like he wants to be more, and he's like just spooning out the food, and Jack Black was a little Spanish in it, and he does a little thing, but then he turns into a Libradorus or a fighter, and he wears the mask, and that's against the rules. He's not supposed to do these things as like a monk or whatever. And I shouldn't call it a monk, like I forget the word they use, but like a religious man. He should not be doing such fighting. But he does, and he's good at it, and he does his thing. He has to get good at it though. And he got this guy, and I love how, I don't know which one. Like the guy he hangs with is called Skeletor, And it is so funny and it's cute and it's just a good movie, and I put it on my list because people don't talk about it. So that's my list of movies that people seem to not like or hate that I absolutely love. They're all good, they're all funny, and I think that you'll laugh. I love these, and most of them are all they're hilarious. So tell me in the comments what your guilty pleasure is. Tell me in the comments what your guilty, like your movie that you know that you think is kind of bad but you like love it. I would love to know. I want to like maybe even check it out and tell me about it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully more reviews and more movie stuff. And let me know in the comments also what else would you like to me to talk about. Like another list of things that I love or things that I hate or whatever. I would love to hear about it. Okay guys. Bye.